Friday, August 21st, 5:43 p.m. New York time. Welcome back, investors, to Winning Wall Street's Money. We just finished another week in the markets. Stock market and the future markets are closed. I'll look at currencies. We'll start off with the US dollar index. This is the futures US dollar index. What an interesting week we had. Looking at 5 years of history. Each candle's a week. Look at the top left. That's the high of the year 2022 of the US dollar. Look near the bottom left. That's the low of 2022. I share that because we're in a range from that period of time. We haven't broken above or below that. Much closer to the low. That being said, show you this. Gonna zoom in. Top left, this was the high of 2024. Since then, the value of the US dollar index declined. Then here between April and July, we went into consolidation phase, making the low here of this year. Bullish pin bar. Look at that, bullish pin bar. That green candle, bullish pin bar. The low of the year. Got it? Big consolidation. We went up. Retracement. Got it? Bullish pin bar. We went up. Retracement. I say that word again, retracement, because the trend from the bullish pin bar was bullish. We did a retracement, consolidation, strong green candle, breakout, another extension. So here this, bottom, bullish pin bar A, top of this trend B, the retracement, B to C, consolidation, from the retracement bottom, C, the extension to D, which happened to be the high of the year. Consolidation. Strong impulse move down. Minor consolidation with dodgy candles, distribution. Another strong weak bearish pin bar. Bearish candle. I share this because all this energy, this huge consolidation, all this energy, you expect it to have gone, I expected it to have gone up to this key level. It might still get up there. Might be a long time. But it just didn't have a follow through. Nope. It spent a lot of time here in this consolidation, which is off the high of the year. Then had that strong move down, doing an H pattern. So the probability is the dollar will go lower. We do a retracement, a bearish retracement into this zone for a trade idea, bearish. Okay, we have a little wick there. Might just do a retracement in this midpoint of this weekly candle. And the overall target on the downside is here. And here on the upside. So multiple trade ideas I have for bullish or bearish. Not necessarily trading the US dollar index, but trading the currency pairs inside the dollar index. We're going to look over that next. But for the week, like I said, we sold off big, down. So now we'll go with the major currencies. Now I shared that I was bullish. I went long the euro some time ago, and I closed it, I think it was 3 days ago, for profits. At least the people on my Patreon member on the advanced level, that's on my WhatsApp, I shared when I got in it and when I got out of it. So look at here, 5-year chart. It's like the inverse from the US dollar. Here's the high of the year, this yellow horizontal line. Here's the low. From this trend here, we went down, did a retracement, and we finally tested the Fibonacci level 0.618. Blue horizontal line I have labeled here. And look, when it broke above it, it also went to midpoint, this big red candle, impulse move down. We tested midpoint, rejected it. tested it, but didn't close in it. So there's a probability that if we reverse and go lower, we shouldn't break this low. Opportunities to look for bullish on the downside. So I'm going to remove this Fibonacci, no longer valid. And on the pullbacks, some of these key levels I labeled, I'll be looking for potential bullish ideas. Excuse me. Yeah, big, strong green move candles. Nice. And then on the upside, as of right now, momentum looks like it may go here. So again, if we have a continuation bullish on the upside, I'll be looking at the lower time frames for setups, trade signals. Now we'll look at the second largest currency in the US dollar index, Japanese yen. Yeah, garbage. Look at this. The momentum is bearish until we see otherwise. Still below the highs of this year. Swing here, haven't even tested it, formed that bearish pin bar, rejection. Now we're in a key level, big green candle. That's when the United States, oops, we need a, oh, it's fine. That big green candle is when the United States Treasury Department used US dollar to buy Japanese yen to help boost up the Japanese economy. Well, you said again, that big green candle, when that occurred, since then, it has a sell-off in here, midpoint. That red green candle for the week, tested. That red candle still bearish. So the trend is down. Lower highs, lower lows. Not looking good. A lot more needs to do to help that economy. Necessary more by themselves. British pound. Yep. Since the lows of 2022, it's been slowly grinding up. And this week, it broke a swing high right there, that blue level. Closed just below it. Since it broke that, one would be expecting to see a retracement. And on that retracement, to be looking for bullish entries. Australian dollar. If you don't know, commodities such as gold and silver are up strong. When those certain commodities up strong, it helps certain countries' currencies because those countries have a big product in the metals of commodities. Australia, strong in metals and energy. New Zealand, same. Canada, same. So again, expect to see those currencies going up because the commodities going up. And again, they have the resources, earth materials that relate to that. That being said, I still rather be physically trading the gold than certain of these currencies. Okay, certain currencies more impacted geopolitical, where the metals have worldwide demand. Yep. Up strong. Nice. Canadian dollar, just similar to the Australian. Again, look at that nice run up, but look at the long duration. Yep. Swiss franc. Off the lows of the year, an consolidation phase showing some rejection. And the Mexican peso, new high for the year. Look at this. Since last year, the low, nice reversal. Nice run up, strong run up, new high for the year. So to the neighbors to the north, the United States, Canada, the price of importing products from Mexico will cost more money. Yep, you have to use more your home-based currency to convert to Mexican peso to buy the products, such as electronic products that are manufactured there, a lot of food products. More of those products that are still going to be imported from Mexico to the United States. Now we're going to add it more inflation. Got it? So it's not necessarily a tariff by itself that puts current inflation into. It's your buying power. Well, if you're going to say you have, again, more dollars, well, then you need to produce more dollars, higher income to offset this. Because if your income's the same, what are you going to cut back on? Healthcare, medicine, utility bills? or avocados or other food products or services. Yeah, strong Mexican peso. Now we're looking at the Chinese yuan, US dollar. The US dollar made a new low for the year against the Chinese yuan. We import a lot of products from China, mainland China. You're paying more for those too. Again, currency wars, opium wars, tariff wars. Yep. So again, the US dollar now is lower against Chinese yuan, lower against the Mexican peso, and also showed you the Canadian dollar. Here's the Canadian dollar got stronger. We import a lot of food products and materials from Canada. Me, I shop at Costco. So many products right there on the packaging says manufactured in Canada. Costco will have higher prices to offset that. Again, the imports they're buying have an impact on higher inflation. It gets worse before it gets better. And Bitcoin, still below the highs of 2025, below the highs of 2026. What a strong move up this week. That momentum, interesting. Key level, swing point right there. That below level. I am not interested in trading or investing in cryptos. There are better financial assets I choose, which I just showed you several trade ideas. Thank you as always, spending just a little time with me. That's it, the video. Thank you, Connie, for watching and supporting.